Here we have the homepage for YachtSpot. It's a really popular website in the yachting industry to look for jobs. Think of it like the Indeed or Monster of the yachting industry. They're able to email you about all kinds of jobs you might be interested in. You're going to go ahead and sign up first, make an account. In my case, I already have an account, so I'm just going to log in. Now that I'm logged in, I can access my profile, see training requirements, and most importantly, start looking for jobs. So you click search. The whole thing runs off of this search engine. So the better you are about filtering, the better you are about what jobs are going to show up. Let's go ahead and look at the different job types. It's divided by permanent, rotational, etc. The most important thing for you is going to be position. It's a really long list, so let's make sure to select what we're looking for. Junior deckhand, day worker, junior stewardess. The next thing I'm going to do is filter by motor yacht, just to keep other types of jobs from showing up. If you're interested in sail or something else, feel free to choose it. You can see we've got 14 different positions that showed up. Let's check out the junior stewardess role. We've got the profile here for the job. We can see who posted the job, OOM recruitment, the position, the salary, as well as the start date and a lot of other information. You can see the salary for this is 3,000 euros per month, and they want someone to start by the 15th of March. They want someone with 6 months experience, and they're going to be rotating through a few different duties and work in a team of 7. It's both private and charter, and most importantly, always make sure to check out the requirements. For this role, it's your STCW, which we're going to talk about shortly. PTSD is a security add-on to your STCW, which we'll talk more about later. Remember, every job is different and they might have different requirements. Let me try to find another position. If you scroll down, we'll check out this day worker position. They need a day worker in France for 130 euros per day. The start date is 20th of Feb. They're looking for 2 interior day workers on a 55 meter in La Ciotat. Make sure to check the job description for a little more explanation on the yacht, the hours you're going to be working, and anything else. If you're interested, make sure to click the I'm interested button. You'll see here you can also drop a cover letter if you're really interested in the position. I've never done this, and I don't exactly suggest it for green positions, but if you're convinced and you're really desperate to stand out, feel free to use that function. We can also look at this junior deckhand position. It starts on the 23rd of January. If it hasn't been taken down, it probably means the position hasn't been filled yet. They're still looking for a deckhand. It's a 62-meter private yacht, so no chartering or renting out of this yacht. Most importantly for you, no tips. They're looking for a junior crew member who's new to yachting or has a little bit of experience. This position is going to be perfect for someone who's green or just recently started and is willing to commit at least 1 season. 1 season's about 3 to 4 months, which is actually pretty good because most jobs want you to stay for 6 months or even a year. So this job is very beginner friendly. You can scroll down to the bottom and you're going to see more information about the job responsibilities, requirements. They're looking for someone that's mature and career focused. From what I can see, this is a perfect position for someone in the industry. Hopefully you got a lot out of this tutorial. Go ahead, play around with it, make an account, fill everything out correctly, because that's going to show up when employers try to look at your profile. I've been able to be shortlisted for a lot of jobs and actually had a lot of interviews coming from this website. I can promise you that if you see a job here, it is indeed a real position that you can actually apply for. The other website we're going to look at is called Daywork123. Imagine this to be a giant Craigslist ad for the yachting industry. It shows you what jobs are available, details about the job, contact information. It's a little more basic and bare bones. Don't worry though, it works even better than YachtSpot because it's highly specific to the local area that you're in. I used this website both at the beginning of my career and then as I started freelancing and finding my first captain jobs. It works really, really well. This website's called Daywork123. It looks god-awful, but I promise you won't get any viruses, and we're going to talk about all the functionality you have. As a day worker, the number one thing you want to do is register for jobs that are happening near you. This page is used to sign up for any jobs that are happening near you. You'll select the date, put your contact information. Remember to select what location you're actually in. This is going to filter who sees your CV, so you want to make sure that you're targeting the right areas. Don't forget to upload your CV at the bottom. At the very end, hit Add to update yourself into the website's database. You'll see that you're also able to see announcements. Click here to see all the jobs that are being listed. Make sure to look at the right-hand side just to see what port the position's in. You don't want to get too excited if you're looking at the wrong place. The jobs are also listed in reverse chronological order, so the most recent jobs are at the top. If you scroll too far down while looking for work, you might be looking at something that's quite outdated. Every job listing is a little bit different. They're typically going to say the position, the size of the vessel, any pay, contact information, and any details they think you should know. It's not fully standardized, so you sometimes have to read through a bit of text to figure out what's going on. For instance, this vessel is looking for a full-time stewardess on an 88-foot private yacht in Fort Lauderdale. They're going to be moving around Miami for about a month, and they want a Spanish speaker. And this is the captain's email. So if I was interested in this position, I would make sure to reach out to them with my CV and any other documents that they ask for in the listing. If you go back to the homepage, there's one other aspect of this website that most people are not taking advantage of. Go ahead and click on the employer side to see what available workers are here today. The first person that registered today is the one that shows up at the top. So you want to make sure you're doing that first step I showed you every morning before 8 a.m. That way you can get to the top of the list. Because if I'm an employer, I'm going to scroll from the top down. Once I've found someone that fits my criteria, I'm just going to go ahead and call them and check out their resume. If you're all the way at the bottom, it's pretty much like being on the third page of Google. Have you ever gone that far to find results? So you can see exactly where you stack up every day and plan to apply before everyone else. Another thing you can do is that when you're starting out, it's really hard to get an idea of what your resume should look like. Even if you know what information to put on, it's kind of hard to imagine what it should look like. On the right-hand side here, you can see the resumes of everyone that's submitted for jobs today. I'm not saying copy it, but if you look at a few different CVs, you'll get a better idea of what yours should look like. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first one on the list. If you load up their CV from Daywork 123, you're able to get a quick example of what other green crew are doing. Some CVs are going to be better than others, and some might miss the mark. But if you look at more and more of these, you'll know exactly what the market's doing, and you can adjust and build yours based off of this. Once you get further in and you get more experience, you can start editing your CV and make it your own.